It is hot right now tonight. Again, the heat index today was 108. We're expecting a similar deal as you just saw tomorrow. Today, the mayor teamed up with the National Weather Service to make sure Metro Louisville families stay safe. And John Gordon says it's important to remember this heat in every decision you make.
Never ever leave a pet or a kid in a car. We have this problem over and over and over. Look before you lock, check the back seat. Please, for God's sakes, don't leave your kids or pets in cars. Stay hydrated. Limit strenuous activity. All I can tell you, folks, is people say how hot it is. It's so hot I got some bread at Kroger that it was toast when I got home. So seriously, have a plan and drink a lot of water.
We are also under a white flag warning that allows people needing protection from the elements to stay at participating Louisville shelters as long as the weather conditions persist. Now to the other big story tonight, the Sherman-Minton Bridge, which connects Louisville to New Albany, is still in a state of emergency shutdown. All lanes are closed. It is Shermageddon Part 2, reminding us all of the emergency shutdown as it was called in 2011. Transportation officials forced to make this shutdown after they discovered a problem right on the Louisville side that had not been previously visible, a bearing and pier that support the upper deck.
We are going to work as fast as we can to get it opened, reopened, and we hope fully reopened. So again, we believe it'll be much quicker than others in recent history, much quicker certainly than the Sherman-Minton closure in 2011, and much quicker than the Brent Spence crash that we had.
So good news, that update from Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear today about the closure. Right now, drivers are being asked to seek alternate routes. I-64 traffic being redirected onto 264 because there's no access on the upper or lower decks. Our Sky 11 drone captured footage of the bridge, and late today, we finally got the specific details of what's wrong from the bridge project officials.
On the lower left of your screen is the long approach ramp from Louisville to the Sherman-Minton Bridge. The Sky 11 drone is flying over the Kentucky side of the bridge. Right where that long ramp meets the bridge is where the emergency alarm developed late Wednesday. Engineers discovered that repairs are needed to a bearing and a pier that support the upper deck. Take a look at this graphic released by the bridge project folks. The pier in question, which is highlighted, is located on land in an area where the approaches for the upper and lower decks come together on the Kentucky side. The pier supports that approach and does not support the river crossing. WHAS 11 team's Connor Steffen went back to southern Indiana tonight. He's talking to folks about the impact and the rush hour in the morning.
There's only one way to sum it up.
Coming home was terrible.
A major bridge closure stretching commutes.
It took me, it took me an hour and a half to get home.
Take a look at the bumper-to-bumper stop and go caused by the abrupt emergency closure of the Sherman-Minton Bridge.
Well, I just like to get to work early. I don't like to be late.
Jordan McGuire and his blue pickup found themselves in the thick of the rush hour pileup. Just run me through the gamut of emotion.
Frustration.
In a press conference Thursday, Governor Andy Beshear said he hopes at least a single lane will be opened back up in the coming days.
Hey, we hope that too. Honestly, I mean,
it's hard to be a nice guy during a bridge shutdown, but the owner of Mr. Nice Guy in New Albany, Ricky Frank, is trying hard after what he saw during the evening rush hour.
Backed up traffic, standing still, even as the light turned green, people sat chilling like it was a red light.
After hitting literal roadblocks with the recently completed Main Street construction.
We're pretty new to the corner here.
Frank says the shutdown is yet again blocking foot traffic into his store.
So it was more of a honk and sorry at the intersection waiting to just move. So yeah, it was rough to watch.
A sight tough for all to watch and one that could last days.
If it's a week or even if it's a month, you know, I mean, it's going to get bad.
There's little hope because they've been there before with the Sherman-Minton. In New Albany, Connor Steffen, the WHAS 11 night team, on your side.
And now take a look live tonight here at 11 o'clock. 4 live views for you in the upper left of your screen. That is the empty Sherman-Minton Bridge, and you can see how the traffic is flowing across the other bridges here tonight at 11 o'clock. More local news for you, all news since 6. More local news on the night team. A massive police presence in Highview of southern Jefferson County this afternoon. Louisville Metro Police say they, along with federal agents, served a search warrant on a home on Applegate Lane near Maple Hill Road. We've learned the suspect, Mark Heibel, has been arrested on a wanton endangerment charge. LMPD says the search warrant was part of an investigation involving hazardous materials. Police activity shut down much of the area today as they searched the home for hours, at one point conducting a controlled detonation of a device at about 9 o'clock tonight. LMPD, though, continues to emphasize that there is no danger to the public there in Highview. Also new tonight, Louisville Metro Police are looking for the driver of this truck. Police say this person in this green Chevy was a witness to the shooting of a TARC bus driver driving her route in the Beachmont neighborhood. Back in May, she was shot in the leg then. Police say the TARC bus driver was not the intended target of the original shooting. If you can help police find the owner of the Chevy, call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. Also new tonight, right here on the night team, police in Jeffersonville, Indiana gave an update into what happened in a neighborhood there last night. Just before 6 o'clock, officers were sent to East Maple Street to check on someone there. They immediately found Henry Hutchinson, a wanted person who had barricaded himself in a home. He surrendered 3 hours later. He was wanted for outstanding warrants in Kentucky for assault, resisting arrest, fleeing and evading police, and drug possession. Then 10 minutes before his surrender, a fire broke out here a few blocks away from the original incident. The fire was quickly put out, but an investigation reveals the fire was likely set intentionally. Aaron Breeding was later arrested for setting the fire. He's now charged with arson and invasion of privacy. A Louisville woman will spend 9 years behind bars for sending threatening letters to neighbors in Lake Forest of eastern Jefferson County because of their race. In 2020, Suzanne Kraft sent several threatening communications to an interracial couple who lived near her. Many of these communications contained threats of violence and racial slurs. A judge sentenced Kraft to 9 years in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. Kentucky State Police have now arrested the former Owensboro School Superintendent Matthew Constant. Constant was taken into custody earlier today on charges relating to the sexual solicitation of minors. Constant was being investigated for having a relationship with a student and was fired in Owensboro last month as a result. He's now charged with procuring or promoting the use of a minor and tampering with physical evidence. Well, it's going to be a big day tomorrow as celebrations happen tomorrow all over the area to honor the Metro police officer shot and injured during the mass shooting on April 10th. Nicholas Wilt is finally going home for the first time, and the public is getting 2 chances to see him. Officer Wilt will be released from Fraser Rehab tomorrow morning. Wilt was shot in the head as he ran up the steps to the bank toward the shooter on April 10th. In the months since, he's had several surgeries and inpatient rehab. His therapy will continue through outpatient care. After his release, Louisville Metro Police said there will be a public celebration for Wilt and his family tomorrow at 12:30 outside Southeast Christian Church off Blankenbaker Parkway. They ask that you arrive by noon. This will be the first time Officer Wilt will be able to see the community's support in person. From there, he'll head home to Oldham County. The Oldham Era reports that people are invited to line the northbound sidewalks of Highway 53 in downtown LaGrange around 1 tomorrow afternoon to show their support. During a one-on-one interview yesterday, we asked the Metro Police Chief when the public can expect a full report on what happened that terrible day.
Whatever we do, we want to be sensitive to the ones that truly were impacted by that tragic day. We have families who are still grieving. We have individuals who are still recovering. And so whatever we put out or whatever we release, we want to be mindful of the victims who have been impacted by that unfortunate day.
At the end of June, Mayor Craig Greenberg told us it would still be a few months before a report on the investigation would be released. New on the night team, at this hour, the lights are off at the Louisville skateboard park known as the Extreme Park. Earlier this month, an 11 o'clock curfew was put into place after violence there. WHAS11 night team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie were there tonight as skateboarders and bikers showed up to the Metro Council looking to get their late hours back.
In the extreme heat, the Extreme Park near the waterfront had skateboarders as usual, soaking up the daylight because the lights are turned off at 11, the new curfew.
Since the curfew came into play, it's been more like 10:40 that those lights are going off.
Some who use the park are upset because those hours don't work for their second or third work shifts.
They don't get off until that park is closed, and that's the only time that they have because it's too hot in the daytime. And we don't have an indoor facility here at all.
But this time, they're bringing their skateboards and wheels to Metro Council, voicing their concerns, hoping there are solutions they and the council can agree on. But one neighbor who lives near the Dave Armstrong Extreme Park feels the curfew is needed.
To be honest with you, the 11 o'clock thing's good because who needs to be out skating at 11 o'clock after 11 anyway?
Concerns skyrocketed after this disturbing video was released. Cameras capturing teenagers and other young people carrying rifles and automatic weapons, including here on the morning of Saturday, June 17th. Noah Holzman, who owns nearby Home Skate Shop, said some of his customers were there when this was happening.
Rifles going back and forth from the bathrooms to the full pipe area, and they were kind of stuck in between it.
Holzman says this isn't fair because now they're getting a bad look.
We end up getting the bad end of it just because we're the skateboarders, bikers, whatever. It's not us doing it, but we're the ones getting punished.
I am a long
So they took the floor during Metro Council's public comment.
My main objective was to get the City Council to talk directly to the users about some solutions down at the park.
And they're remaining hopeful that the park can go back to 24 hours someday.
Hoping maybe we could get something out there and get some information out about why we need it back.
And cameras were installed around the skateboard park, limiting skating from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. These new set hours are also set park hours consistent with Louisville Metro Ordinance 4232, which explains all city parks should be open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. each day. In the newsroom, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.